It's the best way.
That's the best way. Welcome everyone to Retired Scoundrels. It is me and Marco today. Cole might be joining us. Michael Copenhaver is has just returned to the state, but he is occupied. So we are going to be hanging out and talking about a few things. Let me see here, Serge. What's happening, brother?
What up, Serge?
Oh man. So two things that came up that I thought, number one, because I originally wanted to talk about Marco, was I had on the thing was this has all gotten worse. No, like everyone's been like, we're making progress, and I'm like, I don't feel like we're making progress anywhere.
In
Like,
what? In what field? Because
but like
yeah, we've went backwards so fucking much.
this is the thing. Like, I don't feel like there's anyone who's been like, ha, we got you. You're like, okay, is the world better? No. Okay, so then you know what? I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I don't care what your principles are. I don't care what God you believe in. You know what? Make
Nothing's
things
getting
better.
done. Yeah.
Nothing's getting done, right? So the newest thing, which listen, this is man, that when that first happened with Epstein, like that was a crazy time, and I was like, oh my God, it's real. This is a horrible thing, right? But sure enough, now the new thing is, hold on, I had a banner for it and everything, was Stephen Hoffenberger. Stephen Hoffenberger, he is a close friend of Jeffrey Epstein's. That was, okay, he wasn't just found in his apartment, Marco, but his body was in such a grave state of decomposition that a medical examiner is currently using dental records to confirm that it's him.
Well, this could go one of two ways. One, he got Clinton,
Right?
but two, that motherfucker faked his death.
Oh, to bounce?
Yeah,
He's on
yeah,
Epstein
he's on
Island
the
too.
list. He's on the list.
He's on the second island, baby. He's on Eve's Lasorna, where Jurassic Park is free. Like that's
And you
what
know
he's.
that Ghislaine Bailey, the Jizz lady or
Bro.
whatever, you know that bitch ain't done running her mouth.
Hey,
She ain't nowhere near done running her mouth.
I think she is sitting on a nuke. Like
Oh,
that's her.
fuck
Like
yeah.
and like the only reason she's alive is because
Oh, you know she got proof somewhere hidden away.
something. Hey, I'm telling you, when they found out that Jeffrey Epstein didn't have it, he gave it to her. Kill him, dead,
Yep,
100%.
gone.
Then, oh, it's her. Okay, okay, we're gonna be nice to her. We're gonna be nice to her, but kill her when you have the chance. Okay, like that's it's fair. But so this guy was 77. Let me pull up a picture of this guy because honestly, he looks like death.
He looks like he fucked a few kids in his life too.
Well, listen, this guy. So they were associates. He died in his Connecticut apartment at age 77. Which listen, he's 77. He should
He
die.
was headed there anyways.
Well, and the fact is, it probably should have. We were all probably late on it, if anything, right?
Yep.
So, cause of death remains unconfirmed. Which there. What's up, Mick? Everybody's saying hi. That's always nice. But this cocksucker essentially was found dead, and like dead, dead. Like, oh, that's a dead body. Who is it? Who knows? Like, yeah,
That's what I'm saying. They don't know if that's him in there.
that's man.
That's the tip off was when they say they have to identify by dental records. That right there is the tip off.
Listen, it just makes sense that people would be able to pull that scam off, right? Like it's just factual. But ultimately, my question is, where's the goddamn list?
Dude, the list was published. They took it offline. I got it actually in one of my phones. I screenshotted that motherfucker when they had it.
Listen, and you have to, but the thing is, you can't. Oh, this is my issue with all of it, Marco. Is that okay? If you want to win, okay, this round, you gotta come out with a list. Hey,
Yep.
someone's gotta pay. It's not like, and this is the thing is, people are like, oh, it's not like people died, and you're going, didn't they? Because those situations, they kill you just a little bit
And they
every
might
day.
not have died, but a lot of kids got fucked.
A lot
And
of people
that's
suffered. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't want to hear it. You're absolutely right. I want the list out, and I want the unredacted list. I want the list that shows Obama's on there, and Will Smith is on there, and all these other folks on there, and not Trump.
You know what, brother?
That was the silly thing. Everybody swore up and down Trump was on that list.
Oh, listen, everyone thought that Trump was in cahoots, and you're going, guy, 26 times your boy was on there.
Yeah.
Who's in cahoots? Who are you talking about? The guy who went once and was like, yeah, whatever, man.
Like, this is kind of weird. I'm leaving.
Which, listen, who hasn't been in that situation where you're going, all right, you guys seem okay. You know what? Not for me. I'm gonna bounce, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But you can't.
Oh, Hillary, you got a 13-year-old boy's cock in your mouth? Yeah, I'm gone.
I thought she had her cock in the 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, could have been. Could have been. Dude, there's video out of allegedly Hillary Clinton and some other like news chick torturing a little girl and God. Brutalizing her.
You know what? Even if it is real, I don't want that, because it's toxic, right? Like, that's the one thing, and even we had this discussion before, Mark, I remember, was that the one thing you can't detox from is images, right?
Yeah, so it's there. It's burned.
It's once you've seen it, that's why a lot of kids suffer through those traumatic experiences. You're going, yeah, you can never purge that out of your mind. Like, that's the one kind of, hey, that's a good thing with technology and biology mixing together, but then you're like, hey, you could just start erasing people's characteristics, right? Oh, you're no longer funny. Oh, you're no longer fun to talk to. Oh, you're no longer smart. You're like, that's a dangerous...
Or you start adding characteristics, and all of a sudden, whatever you created is a stereotype.
That's like we talked about yesterday. The
AI that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Just because you're an AI doesn't mean you can drop a hard R, okay? That's an AH. That's an AH, period. It's unacceptable.
Or bare minimum, an A and
Yeah, that's it. Horrible sound.
You know what that sounds like? Gay guys having sex. Yeah, I had to relive that memory not too long ago. I had an apartment, and I lived our bedrooms were separated by might as well have been Japanese paper thin walls. Yes, and to hear two grown ass gay men first have a fight, physical. You heard punches, and then from punches to donkey punches.
Listen, but you have to, like, I do wonder if the dudes, like, does it get rough? I would assume it's gonna get rough, right? Like, especially if you're both like active people.
One was at.
What's up, Greg? It's gonna be an interesting one, brother. No, but listen, that's why. Like, I hope just one crazy politician gets their hands on it and just releases it. Just starts reading it at some press conference. Just let it all burn.
It's gonna be Marjorie. It's gonna be Taylor Greene, dude. They're already trying to take her out.
Guy, if she
or Laura Loomer.
If Marjorie reads it in public, she'll be sniped. 100%.
Quick. She won't get the third name.
Oh yeah. She might make the first name. Might. But I feel like they're already tracking her. They're like, what's up, lady? What you doing with that list? Okay.
I feel kind of paranoid that I even said that I have a screenshot of the list.
You know what, man? Like, see, this is the problem: is you can't. Like, there's always, I'm hesitant to trust anything I find on the internet until I can find it like somewhere completely.
No, this was like local news. When it first came out, it was local news. So I was like, oh shit, I gotta get this. I got my phone up to it. Snap.
Yeah, you have to. Listen, this is the problem, is you're going like, I don't know what's true, but I know there's something being concealed, right? Like, and listen, and honestly, Marco, if it's 3 names, if the whole list is just 3,
it was a big. The paper was covered.
But just look, if it was 3 people, and we get them, and we just fucking
It's a
kill 'em.
start.
Just
It's a
fucking,
start.
it's a fucking start, man.
And that's one thing, if you can't commend Trump for anything else, that motherfucker had a hard on for pedophilia. He he hated them motherfuckers.
Phrasing on that?
He hated them motherfuckers, dude. He was after every fucking sex traffic. If you even thought about looking at a little kid, he was snapping on you.
Listen, that's the one thing that keeps my faith in the criminal element. That there is there's still a shred of honor where it's like, oh, you did that to kids? You're fucking dead. You're fucking dead, you piece of shit. And I love that. I love that even criminals know that is too far. And that it brings me joy in my cold, dead heart, Marco. So, in other news, the other one, okay, so I only saw a clip on YouTube, but Mark Zuckerberg, the holiest of holy at Facebook, or Meta, as it's called now, was...
The Metiest of Meta.
The Metiest of Meta. The Metiest of Meta, I think, is definitely a title. Or the High Meta. The High Meta...
Nah, he don't look like he's high, and if it is, that's meth. Zuckerberg done created his own drug.
Oh, yeah. It's called Look Human. Pretend. But
it's called Meta.
This is the thing is, when in talking with, I saw it was a 15-minute clip on the Joe Rogan YouTube channel, and which is just a part of it. And they explained, and Mark Zuckerberg was like, man, I don't want to censor people. And guy, he's posing himself as like, listen, I don't want this, okay, guys? Like,
it's yours.
Hey, it is. He's coming across like he's the victim, and it is hilarious. Did you hear the Texas Child Protective Service agent who was telling a 14-year-old girl to become what? Also not surprising though. Child Protective Services should be a short-term term of service for government employees. Like, you should not spend more than 6 months in Child Protective Services as a worker, because that is a very horrible environment, right? That's why I'm like,
and then a lot of people do take advantage of that shit, or some people don't realize the seriousness of their job until they let something slip through. We had a lot of bad shit over here in Warren with the children's services out there. I mean, people came in and they took the kid away from these parents because of the child was being abused. Yeah. They let the parents come visit in a room at the fucking Child Protective Services place. The mom taped the father raping the child. In the child protective service. I think there might have been 2 men there actually with the mom.
And that's when you're like, okay, just kill him. That's it.
Oh, you can't do that. Those are maps. You can't do that.
Don't even listen. In all honesty, that
pisses me off.
I don't think that murder is worth the death penalty in all cases, but child abuse, death penalty. That's my honest. Like, that's worse. Like, killing, I feel like it's.
You're getting off. Getting off.
Well, it's subject to a situation, right? Like, someone attacked you and someone died. Okay, yeah, man, that's a horrible thing, but you did kill somebody, so you're gonna serve something. But I don't feel like that's 2 wrongs don't make it right. But in that case, no, you got to purge them from the pool, man. Boom, dead. You touching you do anything to kids, dead. That's why. So in the interview, though, he does talk about how the FBI went to him and was like, be on the lookout for this. And essentially, interestingly enough, he kind of was like, hey, I was instructed and I did as I was told. I am a pawn. I'm, it's not me, guys. I'm trying to make it better. And you're like, listen, it's a good sales pitch, but
No, you're selling a Toyota at a fucking Dodge place, man. It's not happening. It is not happening, dude. Zuckerberg is pretty much the leader of the free world, the virtual free world. Yeah. Him and Google are each other's bitches there. Don't give me that. It's them. The man is keeping me down. The man. No, you're white. You can't use the man. You can't use the man.
Hey. he has no rights. He's definitely a robot. Like
He is the
100% robot.
man.
Listen. I don't like of all the people who are wealthy and connected enough tech wise. I believe only he would be the kind of guy that would make a robot of himself to send out into the world while he's in like a little bunker, just controlling it.
He's the real supervillain.
100%. 100%. He definitely looks like he's like, there's a he definitely sits like with a cat like that. And he's just like, excellent, excellent. Meet with Mr. Rogan. Tell them we're on the same side. We're equals. Do you know he bought houses all around his own property to make sure like there was a property in between him and anyone else? Which I'm like, hey, I would immediately do the same thing, if not worse. I would buy floor. I would live on a building and buy the floor underneath. I'm like, no. You don't get to even.
You know what would happen? Somebody like Michelle Obama would come out and say it was racist. She's done it before, dude. She says white people are running away from her. She said back in the day, her and Barack would move into white neighborhoods and the white people would leave. Are you fucking up the neighborhood?
That's weird. See, I never have seen like that's. I don't remember things like that, Marco.
No,
like,
I don't either.
There were there were black neighborhoods, but they weren't like crime neighborhoods. Like that's a downtown city problem, right? Like I was in the suburbs. I'm like, yeah, no, there were still some neighborhoods that were just predominantly black, but you're like, okay, whatever. But it was never an issue. Like that's why I'm like, what is happening down there? Like,
so we never had like black neighborhoods. Like in Campbell, there was not a black neighborhood. There was the projects, but the projects was a mix of blacks, Puerto Ricans, whites, everything. You know, it was just we was all. I mean, there was Greeks, there was Puerto Ricans, there was blacks. The higher ups live on the top of the hill. The poorer people lived on the bottom of the hill. That was it. So I have a hard time. That's why you've heard me snap on a lot of the guys. Like I just don't get it. I don't see it. And I'm from Youngstown. Youngstown was the murder capital of the world for like 5 years straight back in the day, dude. I mean, and that was in the 90s. That wasn't that long ago.
Guy, there is a certain. See, this thing is, I don't remember it, but I remember Youngstown and it being connected to. Oh, that's not nice. Like, it was
connected to Chicago and New York mob.
Well, then there you go, right? But this is the thing: is that to say that racism doesn't exist? No, there's stupid people everywhere, all over the world.
Right.
Dumb people everywhere, and they're racist, they're horrible, and nobody likes them. Not even their own family. Not even their own family. Trust me. But like. The way it's being positioned, you're kind of going, I don't think everyone's as persecuted as everyone thinks. Like, can you?
No, and just playing the victim is just swapping shit up.
I don't know.
You're going to take away all the freedoms that your victim mentality got you, and pretty soon you're going to have to take over the role of the oppressor see how that is. And
this is why, like, honestly, Marco, this is one thing. Like, you and I have had these conversations off camera, like after shows, where we're talking about it. It's like, listen, it's not just that. Hey, you're trying to change things. That doesn't make sense. You're like, bro, you're not saying the truth. Like, you're not actually explaining shit, and that's why, like, nobody's trusting government. You're like, they're the worst people. You're like, you want to give them more power? Oh, good God.
And then, dude,
no salary, no.
The reporters, dude. Some of these fucking reporters, how stupid I can't even say they're stupid. They think we're stupid. Like there's one MSN. There's one chick on MSNBC. I don't remember her fucking name, but this cunt. I mean, I've heard her say stupid shit like this plenty of times. You actually think our federal government would do that to us? Our government would do that? Our government would target this? How can you actually believe that? You dumb cunt! Have you took a history class? Social studies? Read a fucking book, you libtard!
I think we might have triggered Marco. Just gonna say, but no. But listen. This is real history, and you're going. I'm the terrifying part is like, guy, people don't know their own history. Forget about other people's history, and then you're like, wait, now I have to hate people for that? Listen, you know what? I don't want to hate anyone. How about everybody just fuck off and just leave everyone alone?
That's it. You know how you create hate. If you keep stuffing your bullshit in your ear, in somebody else's ear. Somebody could not care about your fucking particular position on a certain topic for shit. Totally not give a fuck. But you keep getting in their ear about it, and you keep getting in their ear, and they gotta keep hearing. Finally, they fucking hate what you love.
Yeah. It's because you can't, you don't want to have to deal with it, right? You just stand there going, yeah, I just don't want to bother. Because every time, I'm going to have to waste my time, and you're, and you're going, I'm tired, and it just, Guy, who hasn't had a friend like that where you're like, hey, man, this guy's just a weirdo. Like, I can't handle him at all, But, doesn't make you a bad person, just, not an enjoyable hangout, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, like, people don't realize, like I've said it 1,000 times. Me growing up, in my era, my generation growing up, racism was all but gone. You had your assholes out there, but racism, all the white kids were looking up. There was no white role models. Nobody looked up to Donald Trump. Nobody looked up to Bill Clinton. Nobody looked up to George Bush. They looked up to Michael Jordan, Bo Jackson, Ronnie Lott, Michael Jackson back then. Shit like that.
Deion Sanders.
But you know how you get the racism back? What you do is you have a bunch of people who don't give a fuck either way, and you sit there and you just force your bullshit down their throat until they're like, you know what? Fuck you. I don't like you now.
Yeah. Well, that's realistically exactly what happens, right? Like,
and it happens with racism. It happens with the gender, whatever the fuck. It happens with the alphabet mafia. All of them.
Well, see, when I was young, I remember there was definitely I wouldn't say class war, but like people would make fun of you if you were poor, but nobody really gave a shit. Like, no, like you would make fun of somebody, but it was like, okay, it was a funny joke. When move on, right? Like there was still a lot of sexism. I think there was that. That definitely was an issue, but
see, we got looked down upon like where we were from. Like,
right.
Boardman and Austintown areas or Canfield areas, if somebody from Camel or Struthers went in there, then we got looked down on. It was like that. And then, it was the same way. Like, if East Siders or North Siders or South Siders would come to Camel, then they would get, it was kind of that hierarchy. But it was never a color. It was never anything like that. Nobody gave a fuck what color you were.
More often about money. Like, even in New York or even Manhattan, where you're just going, yeah, if you say you're from a specific neighborhood, people go, oh, you're poor. Right? Why? Because that's how it works. Sorry. Different neighborhoods, but it's not. Like, yeah, I don't remember that. There's a chance it's resurged, but, like, why? Why would you do that? That's so stupid. Don't bring that back.
That's how you control the masses. That's how you control the sheep, man.
Bring back those shiny shirts. Anyways.
Hey, I used to wear them rock shirts, the blingy ones. If you could smell.
Oh, God.
I even got the eyebrow.
That's fantastic. Anyways, that's basically what is on our mind for this week. You know what? Honestly, guys, it's more so just trust your own mind. God damn it. Because
use some fucking logic.
Yeah, just take 5 seconds and go, does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what? Because look, you don't have to go against it or anything. You just gotta go, hey, I'm not gonna get involved in that.
Yeah, that's it.
Go the other way.
Take a quick minute and be like, does anybody give a shit? If I open my mouth, is anybody gonna give a fuck?
Yeah. Is this going to help or hinder? And look, are you going to convince anyone of anything? No. And if anything, you're just gonna make your life dog shit. So, hey, you know what? You guys
take it from somebody who runs their fucking mouth constantly. It does not pan out more often than not. I'm going to just let you know. Being right is not fun.
No, it isn't. I can attest to that too. Anyways, this has been Retired Scoundrels. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you had an enjoyable time. I will be back probably in about half an hour or so to finish up some more Lego because this thing looks incredible. Here, you can see it right there. It's actually pretty cool.
It looks like a dead weed plant.
No, it's an orchid, so I got to put together flowers and shit. That's fine. Anyways, see you guys later, and you guys have Vinyl Thursday.
Yep.
And yeah, it is Thursday, right? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we're doing this show. And Full Album Friday.
Full Album Friday.
Tune into Upside Down Studios, and of course, Michael.
Be kind to each other, motherfuckers.
Also, let's finish on that. Be kind to each other, motherfuckers.